Hello, Mishmashers. This is Bennett, your commissioner, with the first, last, and final weekly update of the season. Just didn't have the wherewithal to be posting these all year. So, if anyone wants to take over next year, you're more than welcome to. But still, we played all year, had a lot of fun. Evan and Jillian enjoyed their first year ever in fantasy. They beat me in their first head-to-head matchup when Saquon Barkley had 51 points and just ran all over everybody. I got my revenge in I think it was the fifth place game or something in the playoffs and beat them. But either way, neither one of us made the playoffs, and it was a pretty crazy season, as you'll see when we get to the points later. But first, we have to congratulate Matt Forrest and the Somerset Stallions for winning their second ever fantasy football title in the ForrestLand Mishmash League. Believe it or not, we've been doing this league for 16 years, and it's been pretty crazy, but it's been a lot of fun. And as you can see, we had a rematch of the title game from last year. This year, the Stallions came on top, and show me your TDs. Defending champion got knocked off, but they did come in second. So congratulations to them as well. All right, so and let's get right to the scoring of the games in the Super Bowl. Pretty uneventful on both ends. You had the third place colon cleansers, who had the league high of the playoff team scoring for the week. So would have won the Super Bowl had she been in it. But alas, she was not. She was in the runner-up game. As you can see, she gets 171 points. Nothing too spectacular other than the T. Higgins overtime game where he had 3 touchdowns. I think that was the Saturday afternoon game. And Jackson Smith Najiba, probably pronouncing that wrong, he was amazing this year. I mean, look at all these amazing games he had. 38 in that one game, but only 6 points in the championship game. But it didn't matter because Kelsey had 22 points. The Eagles defense crushed the Cowboys, and Allen did his thing, and he had a little bit of help from everyone else on the team. Meanwhile, Zoe, who I have confirmed is fine. I don't know why she has not been competing in the league the last half. She has had Jamar Chase on her bench for the last several weeks, and Eckler has been hurt, but he's been playing. So obviously something's going on with her. She's checked out of the league, but she did manage to squeak into the playoffs, but her luck finally ran out in the third place game as she only gets 86 points. So congratulations to colon cleansers for the third place victory. Now we've got the big game, the Super Bowl, and again, it was pretty one-sided with Matt's team just pretty much dominating. And again, nothing too spectacular. You had Baker Mayfield, who was did awesome the last several weeks. So he was definitely the star of the team. If you look at his points the last several weeks, 25, 32, 21, and really was great all year. I mean, I don't think you can look at anyone's line for an entire season and never see a game like this or like this in single digits. But overall, you have to love the consistency there. And as a Falcons fan, as much as I'd like to see the Falcons in the playoffs, the Bucs are a much better team with Baker Mayfield in that offense. You also had 24 points from Bijan Robinson and a late score, I believe, from Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Adam Thielen doing Adam Thielen things. And he had a nice long garbage touchdown at the end to increase his point total. So Matt easily wins the league with 175 points. Show me your TDs did not do terrible. You can see the quarterbacks were great. Just like Baker Mayfield, Jaden Daniels has been amazing the last several weeks. If you look, since week 12, he's been awesome. A little bit up and down earlier in the year, but much more consistent and spectacular these last several weeks. So he did his thing. Sam Darnold as well. But Achane just didn't do anything for Miami. Their offense just wasn't the same this year, although the previous week he did have 34 points and was pretty consistent most of the year. So that is definitely disappointing to only get 5 points in week 17. Breece Hall, I think, was like the top 5 pick this year. He's just been inconsistent, as you can see. He's had some great games, but he's also had some really busty games. Definitely not the top 5 pick that you want, especially if you look in the last several weeks. As the Jets sputtered, so did Breece Hall in his season. And then another big one was Cooper Kupp. He killed a lot of fantasy leagues. He just didn't do anything the last 4 weeks of the year, or 4 out of the last 5 weeks of the year. He did have that one game against Buffalo in the big Rams victory. But Cooper Kupp, once he came off injury, was pretty solid, but just the last several weeks didn't do anything. So there you go. That's the box score where the Stallions easily defeat Show Me Your TDs in a Super Bowl rematch. We'll take a look at the final standings. And this is, and I'm not going to say luck, but if you look at the record of the final standings and then you sort by total points, you'll see that didn't quite work out like that. Although Somerset Stallions did have the top 3 points in the league, but Finkel and TaylorMade, both top 2 in the league in scoring, had an under 500 records. And Show Me Your TDs right in the middle of the pack. But obviously that's all that matters is the record. But still, the people that had the high points against, like the Travelers, the Night Storm Warriors, and TaylorMade, can both complain a little bit about bad luck because all the points were scored against them this year. Again, doesn't matter, but it is interesting to look at. And then finally, I just want to take a look at the history of the league just to kind of go back. We had last year, again, Show Me Your TDs beat the Stallions. So we had a rematch that flipped the other way. And prior to that, you had the Travelers. Graceland won back-to-back. You had the only other championship for the Stallions back in 2018. The RIP John Gallo, who won in 17 and 16 with different team names. And of course, if you got to go all the way back to 2011 and 12, the last time the Slim Aussies, now the Killer Bees again, we won back-to-back back in 2012 and 11, but haven't really done much since. And then you go all the way back to 2008, where Ray Finkel won the very first one, and the Travelers in second, and Team Siegel, long gone teammate. Don't know what happened to Arthur. He's long gone. Hopefully he's doing well with his family. So you can see we go all the way back to 2008 with this league. So it's been a lot of fun. And again, always like to play. Don't have as much time to do these videos as I used to. So if anyone wants to take over, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be making everyone's winning payments very soon. And enjoy the rest of the football season and playoffs without fantasy. Just enjoy the games and have a happy new year, everyone. Thanks for watching.